Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, spiritual teacher, and mystical teacher, and of so much more, and so much more, I should say. So today I'm going to be doing the horoscope reads. I'm going to begin the April 2020 read. So, and today is day 8, April the 2nd. 2020. So I say day 8 because we're in day 8 of the lockdown or collective healing. I'd like to call it now collective healing day, and collective healing day, collective healing time, I should say. So we're in day 8 of that time. And I kind of, 8 seems to be a significant number, which is, I'm not sure why at the moment, but we'll get there in a minute. It may be a number for you, okay? And you may understand it. So I'll ask Spirit about that in a minute. So anyway, I'm really drawn to the moon cards to start off today's, which is why I'm shuffling them. And a card hasn't popped out at the moment. So, but anyway, like I say, kia ora and welcome, and thank you for joining me with this, with this read. Whether you're watching it on Facebook or whether you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe or like my page or channel. And also leave a comment. Feel free to leave a comment or a thumbs up. Just to, I'm always curious as to see what, how it resonates with people. So, and that is one way of letting me know. You can say so if you don't want to make a comment. So, anyway, so these reads are general reads, just as a reminder. So if it resonates, wonderful. Parts of it may only resonate with you. So feel free to, to change the story to however it fits into you, but don't try and make it fit with whatever is there, because there'll be maybe a general theme that's going on for you through the story that comes out. So, but it may not all totally resonate with you, and that's cool if it doesn't. And if it doesn't resonate with you, what is coming through, check out one of your other signs. So, what I mean by that is this read is for Gemini, whether it's your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign that you fall under. So, okay. Okay. So if you're not sure what your other signs are, I have actually got a link to a website that has a calculator on it where you can pop in your date and I think it's time of birth as well, if you know that. It will give you a pretty good calculation or idea of your other star signs and what you resonate with, or what resonates with you and what you fall under. So anyway, that's really cool. So that's really cool to have a wee look at that. Okay, now if you want to book a personal reading, I am taking readings during this time as well. Let me see. Yeah, so you can contact me through my Facebook page, PM me through there in my inbox, and we'll make contact and see what happens. So I am going to be doing some little other videos about general things in some lives as well. So you might tap into those at some point and see if one of those resonates with you as well. So, okay, here we go. Oh, there's 2 that have 3 that have 4 that have come out. So, okay, we're going to start with those that have flipped over, because that's how I work. So, I'm not sure where we're going with this, but obviously there's a lot going on. And these 4 cards kept falling out. So, the North Node. So, there's something about you stepping outside of your comfort zone, Aries, for some of you. And I feel like it's not necessarily, I think what I'm getting is like it's for a lot of you is, it's about stepping outside of your comfort zone and expressing yourselves. Okay, like how you really feel about something to someone. Okay, so this is the card for that. It's absolutely beautiful, this deck. I haven't really this is a new deck for me. I haven't really studied that, so I'm going to pop that one up there. So things are, so stepping outside of your comfort zone is what I'm getting for that one. So actually I might tip that, see if that sit up over here. Let's get some little stands. There we go. Hopefully that will help. And push all my colourful things away over that way or to this side. So that is the north. So stepping outside of your comfort zone. That's the general meaning for that card. There is another meaning, more of it to do with it in the book, but I don't feel like I want to or need to go there. So the other card is, new moon in Sagittarius. So, which is interesting because you're a fire sign too. So there's something going on here, something change, something new that's coming through, like a new knowing or a new understanding about yourself. So, and if this one is luck is on your side. So there may be something that's happening within your life and you may be feeling, oh gosh, at one point, what am I doing? Where am I going? How am I doing that? But there seems to be something about luck being on your side. So go into this new moon with these new, with some new ideas and thoughts, and really concentrate on or focus or get it into, I'm just giving you a few words, ways to explain it, to intuitively get into it, link into yourself as to what you truly, really want. And it's about also the new moon coming up to the new moon, which is on the 8th, actually, so which is of 8th of April, so which isn't too far away. And we're actually in the, when did the waxing moon, the waning moon started, or the first quarter. So which was yesterday. So, in this first quarter, it's really good to wrap up old projects. We're working towards that to get into this. Oh, actually, it's not new moon. It's full moon, sorry, phase. I don't know where I'm going to. Oh, I've actually lost it now. I completely lost where I was going with that. Where are we? Full moon, yeah, because I'm thinking, I don't know why I'm thinking the new moon, because I'm feeling full moon. So anyway, we're in this waxing moon phase, sorry, and so I was right in the first place. And so and the waxing means the moon grows bigger. And so this first quarter is about, it's a good time to push new projects, and get into and add other new journeys that you've had in mind to undertake, basically. So get into doing that. What else are they talking about? And I know some of us, we're all in lockdown here in New Zealand, or collective healing time, and it's a good time to, in the healing process. It's like it's a good time to for us to go there and to sort out some personal stuff about ourselves and personal, within our thoughts and our being, who we are within ourselves. It's really interesting because you've got another new moon card. It's time to give rather than take for some of you. So it's about time. It's about time for some of you out there that I feel like there's someone birthed something. There's this person for some of you may be feeling, or somebody might say to you, it's about time that you're giving instead of taking energy, or not. And I'm not. They don't mean that in a negative way, but it's like I feel like this lockdown time has given you the opportunity to be able to contribute. Give more of your energy. That's what they're talking about. By being able to to yourself, but also to other family members in a different way to what you normally would do. So there is here, look, and there's communication. So that's a new moon in Gemini, this card. So there's a lot of new moon or new things happening with you. But it's just like new moon in Gemini, because Gemini is the communicator. So I'm just gonna sit you up here as well. Now I know why Spirit had got me to, why I was thinking about bringing all these bigger crystals up so I can lean these cards on me. So I'm going to put that, move that over. Sorry about, excuse me. So I thought, I haven't got much room up here, but I do actually have a button. So And I'll just put another crystal in front of that just so it doesn't slide. So there's although their beautiful energy like just beaming out to you. So a lot of newness, and a lot, that is coming up for you. And like I say, even though like us over here in New Zealand are in this time of isolation, it's actually bringing a lot of us, if we choose to go there and utilize this time and to connect with ourselves, to connect with family members, and to connect with our, whatever, our home, our dog, or whatever, but ultimately ourselves, okay, and figure out who we are through the challenges that come about while we're in isolation, and really observing ourselves. And it's not beating ourselves up, it's observing ourselves and finding, looking at the bright side, looking at and also the not so good side of ourselves as well. It will show, that's what will show up, but it's about, going in there and digging a little bit deeper to figure out where did that come from? How did that get there? What can I do what do I need to do to make things better? So in the way that I communicate, in the way that I communicate, what actions I take, and because there's a lot of sometimes I'm hearing there's a lot of resentment that's underneath for sometimes, and we don't realise that we've got there, but then it will come out when we're challenged with something, and we may act inappropriately, or may act over the top, or we may think over the top, or we may do, distract ourselves by buying something, doing this, something impulsive, that might repulse us later. It's like, or, annoy us later, or we may feel, guilty about it. So we're like self-sabotaging, and why do we do that, to ourselves, all that sort of thing. So there'll be things that will come up, and it's about, and relationships with other people is the other word that's coming through. So anyway, there was a lot in that lot there. So I'm just going to, come through there. So, and luck is on your side. So you may even think, well, how the hell is that going to happen? But you never know. You might win the lottery. You just never know. And I have a little giggle about that, because sometimes it's like, bringing the fun, bringing the laugh in there. So you never know what might happen. And your lottery may not necessarily be the, may not necessarily be money. It may be the fact that the lottery might be for you, just being home with your family for the next, we've been in day 8 now for the rest of the month, and there's a possibility, which is probably, it could be more, another 2-4 weeks added on top. So who knows, but let's not go there. But anyway, we're in the month of April, so there is, obviously there's going to be a lot of growth for a lot of us, or not. Like I say, it's whether we choose to go there or not. But it's also, and because we've got the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups is about, it's about our feelings and emotions. It's also about intuition as well, and creativity. But it's about, what our our emotions. It's about basically emotions and relationships, and how we and the connection that we have with others, and how we respond to that, and and how they respond to us through the actions that we take, basically, and vice versa, and basically, and how people respond, to us, and what we, and how we respond to that. The actions that we take after that. Gosh, there's a lot going on in there. So, but the 5 of Cups is really, because I'm just talking about maybe doing something about bringing that out through art, bringing it out through writing, and allowing through this time when you are feeling a little bit challenged to write it out, or to draw it out, or paint it out, or exercise it out, but finding something creative to allow that energy to come forth, and so you can like burn it out, sort it out, whatever it is that you choose to do with it. And see, here's this thing about new beginnings again. So there's something, like stepping out of your comfort zone. So, but in looking at ourselves is through this, because the Five of Cups is about, the theme there is about regret and sorrow. So it's about like going into that place of allowing that to move, to shift, to let it go, to release it from your energy, from your mind, from your not so much. It won't go from your memory because it's always going to be there. And like the past is the past, and it's always going to be there. But it's not that we have to live in it, and that's what they mean about. So it's releasing, and there will be things in the future that may come up and trigger out, trigger a thought or a memory of the past. But how you respond to that will determine how well you have worked on yourself with that, and with whatever that situation is, and the way that you respond to it. And in my experience with that, it's like, and because of the work that I do, they've really pushed me into doing that, and to going within myself and figuring out, because it really, because I'm able to, and when something does happen, when I get that little inkling, and it's usually through a client, and I know how that gives me an idea of the energy and of to do with that person, basically, or maybe a friend even, depending on how. So I can best help them. And so there's something about that with you as well, as going into that place and shifting your energy. So, and that's really is shifting our energy, shifting our mind thought into a place of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure, basically. So, and then we have the Magician that's fallen out. So the Magician, new beginnings and opportunities, and, and there's new talents that are coming out. So this, that's why I feel like Spirit, we've been plonked in this space, in this holding place, basically, to figure out, to go, where our new beginnings, and what can we create with our with new beginnings, and what can we do to create something that's new, begin something new as well. And I feel like, you have all been given, ideas and thoughts, that have come to you, intuitively, and somebody may have planted a seed, or Spirit might have come to you. We all have it. We've all been given it. It's whether we choose to go there with it, and to take action with the clues that we have been given, and it just takes one step at a time. So where they're heading with that is like getting out. Maybe that you need to get out, or a suggestion is to do like a vision board type thing again. So, if you haven't got the pictures, that it's at least writing it out, doing the list of what do you want to do, be, and have in your life, but also looking the other side of it, as well as that. Okay, that's another whole course, another whole video. But anyway, it's looking about what you want to change. What do you want to keep doing, stop doing? What do you want to keep having? Not, all that sort of keep doing, stop doing. And what do you want to start doing? As well. So, which is kind of all this whole healing, sort of thing. So just. That's another whole blinking video with going into that. So, but the Magician offers you that energy, and brings through the energy of, of hope, but of looking forward, of opening your heart to the new beginnings that are coming for you, and not going into that fear state too, because this is where all these regrets and stuff from the past, and the sorrow from it, because it's stem from, is from fear, and the choices that you've made, and the way that you've behaved, and blah blah blah, in the past to what's got you to where you are now, or where you have been traveling back then, since when you started doing your healing. So, but that's all good. There's growth there. There's amazing growth there, and that's the main thing. So the other card that's just fallen out is the Star. and I just say hope, and of course the star is about hope and inspiration. So there is a lot of hope and inspiration there that's coming through there for you. So I'm hearing the word business there. So it may be that you start doing something of your own, and creating it, or recreating it. So it's like, you may already be in a business, some of you out there. So it's like, and you may be thinking, I'm giving up hope, at the moment, but it's like, do not give up hope. Spirit is saying, the cards are saying, the light beings are saying, not to give up hope, and it just may be like there is some, and keep that, I feel like, because I know for me, I know my work is changing, and it has been changing for a while, and I've known that for a while, and it is, and I keep bringing in something new, a little bit new to come in and to develop, and some more ideas of how I can run with it and bring it out, and and come out with it basically, through verbally, and building my, so they've brought in tools and people to help me to bring it together basically. And it's like, and to give me that little zhuzh up, that little shove that we get sometimes to get going with it. So that's where the star is at. So just keep in it. Maybe like start a journal, because I'm just seeing a journal, writing these thoughts and ideas down that come to you. And you don't need a big notebook. I've got a reasonably good size one, an A5 size one that I cart around with me, and a whole lot of bits of paper that, I get this little idea, and I thought, okay, well, this thought, or this phrase that Spirit will bring to me, and it's like, dang, I've forgotten about it. So I will try and write it down as soon as I can, or just drop everything, excepting for when I'm driving, of course. But and you'll know that quite when you're going to get those inspirational moments or thoughts and ideas. Quite often, like for me, I get them when I'm sweeping or vacuuming, or hanging out the washing or something like that. Or sometimes, a lot of the time, we're in the shower even. It's like, but obviously there's no pen and paper handy there. So you may be finding the same thing with you, and and just taking a mental note, park it up, and hopefully you'll remember like me, like the whole thing. So anyway, so there's that. So keep that the hope alive. The star is there, and shine that star. There's a star shining above you, because there's a whole lot of new things that are coming up that you are not fully aware of yet, and they're just like, for some of you, you're maybe not fully aware of, but others of you, you may not be fully aware of it, and that's just the part of the journey where you are, is having that faith and that trust that everything is going to be all right. Okay, may not happen overnight. For some of us, it will happen overnight, but others of us, it won't happen overnight, and there are steps to take. But if it happens overnight, it may be that you're already in a specific phase of that progression to where that you've something that you've started like a little while ago. So, and you're maybe moving more into it now, and it may be meaning that that when this time passes, you'll be able to maybe not so much run with it, but you will be able to, like, for some of you, yes, you may be able to run with it. But others of you, it will probably be, walking with it and bringing things together. But as you keep moving, then you get more clues to bring in or take out or expand or whatever. It will have, you'll get there. Okay, so just having that trust and faith that the money will come, or the resources will come to help you make the success that you're looking for, okay, or the comfortability or the security or that you're looking for or seeking for or feeling into, okay. So then we have the Four of Wands, and so the Four of Wands is like interesting because there's that 11-11 thing there when you look at it, how it's been presented there, and in an archway as well type thing. So there's a celebration there. So the Four of Wands is about a time to it's time to reap rewards, basically. So this is how excited I've got talking, I'm getting tongue-tied. So it's a time to reap rewards. So you will find yourself in a space where, because you have listened, or you have worked on yourself, and or both. Things will start to, you'll start to see exactly where Spirit are taking you, or we're taking you in the first place. But now you'll know, okay, by the end of the month, you'll know exactly what they were talking about. And I do feel a lot of more freer in your heart chakra space, but also a lot more freer in your solar plexus, space as well. So that's our emotional powerhouse there. So there's a nice energy, that's okay, turning around in there, okay, with those two chakras for you, even more so. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to leave it there for now, but with a final card. I'm saying that, leave it there for now, but I'm just going to do one final card out. So there's a lot going on. So this is the card here. This is from the this is appreciation, and there's 1 and 5 in there, and so I feel like this is just reiterating and confirming what has come up in the other cards, because 1 is about energy, and 1 is about new beginnings, sorry, and 5 is about energy. I've got a little bit ahead of myself. So with the energy that you create with your mind, and where you're going with the way that you're thinking, and the energy creates the energy that we put out there. There are new beginnings coming. So how that looks for you will depend on what sort of energy that you are vibrating out there for you and for the universe, out to the universe. And also then we've got clearing, caring connections. So there is a male energy in there and a female energy, and they are very caring. So there may be for some of you that there's a new, with your in a relationship, it could have something to do with this whole energy about, looking within this relationship that you have got. And it's number 14 in the deck. So we have 14 and 15. So 14 is like, once again, new beginnings. 4 is about security, that's how I see it anyway, about security and direction, and in which way where you're going and where you're going to head. But it's also about foundations as well, and creating and being in a firm one, which is where I feel like you're working towards, or you're in. And I feel like to some degree, you kind of, for some of you, even though with all this upheaval that we're all going through at the moment in the world, and there is that sense of security in a way, in a sense as well. So like, ground yourself in that, and take a deep breath and relax, and just go with the flow. Go with the flow. And just listen, go with the flow of things, and connect with yourself by doing these nice deep big breaths that if there's any anxiety to ground that, so you can hear the truth of where your guidance, what your guidance is asking you, suggesting for you to do, okay, in your inner and higher self. Oh, wow, that feels really cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So God bless you all, and I hope that helps you through this time. And God bless you all, and love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure, even more so during this time. Okay, bye for now.